let me tell you how my room works. Back, I have the fan on because it's really hot. Basically, my room is almost like not even attached to the house. It's at the very back of the house, so I have a window. And because it's at the very back, it doesn't get any conditioning, or at least it doesn't get it correctly. When it's cold, the house is like really cold. My room is a freezer. When it's hot, they're just steaming. In here, it's like an oven. The temperature here is bad. Yeah, just do your own thing. I have to have the fan on because I'm sweating, but I'm gonna make this video comfortable. So I was lying in bed doing my average routine of doing nothing, and I was looking at the door from over there. And I was like, I should paint it. And lo and behold, here we are. I don't have anything planned. I mean, no one does at this point. This wall entirely is my art wall. And if I paint the door, it'll be part of the art wall. It won't be a door anymore, it'll be part of the wall. That doesn't make sense either. So I think we should begin now because you're all bored in your house. You're probably watching this in bed with maybe socks on. I don't think you're probably wearing socks. Actually, no, you're not wearing socks. It's getting close to summer and we all want to go to the pool, but we can't because pools are hot tubs full of germs. I just keep, yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna paint on the door. You're just gonna have to watch the video and see what it is. Or you're just gonna be smart and skip to the end. But if you're a loyal fan, you'll watch through the whole video. Please watch the whole video. I work really hard on these guys. I don't care about this shirt. My fashion game has been complete flop. Well, like it ever wasn't a flop. I'm not seeing anyone in a while. Might as well look like trash. No one roast me in the comments and say that you've already looked like trash. Let's begin.
This is the only part of the video that's time-lapsed. I don't know why I couldn't get other parts of the video time-lapsed, but it basically involved me just wiping it down, and it wasn't that dirty, but it was still dirty. It's actually really embarrassing how long it took me to get the math of this correctly, but I did get it, and it's still slightly wonky, but I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out eventually. But we can begin painting now. We start with red and then a little yellow. I'm mixing some colors together to try to get this to look nice and professional, but it just looks like red. You basically add a bunch of splotches of red all over until it looks like someone perioded all over your wall, and you can move on to the next color. It either looks like a crime scene or like a crime scene, but I kind of like it. The sound of that was really triggering, and it's honestly the majority of the reason I don't have many intimate relationships. Yeah, sure, we'll blame that. I'm really digging the way this looks right now. It looks like autumn colors, well, minus the black and brown, but it's really nice. I gotta say, I could stop here, but we gotta move on to yellow. Yes, of course. Some people try to be cute and they call it like sunshine yellow, but I like to call it piss yellow. Remember when I said about the autumn aesthetic? Well, when you add the yellow, it really begins to look like autumn or volcano, but like, I don't know what volcano makes these splodges. Let's move on to green. I've had this green for so long and not used it because I just haven't found the right opportunity, and it's honestly expired because it's so watery and it ruins kind of the whole palette of this thing. I need to add more layers to it because it looks so gross. I can't. There are multiple things that make you basic, and having your favorite color be blue is step one. Looking back, I really wish I hadn't put this blue and more of like, you know, this blue, that right there. I think that's a better blue. This is kind of a waste of time looking back on it, but whatever. Then I got hungry, so I decided to make myself a whole cake. This is the only frosting I have, and it's still blue from, you know, this video, which, that was triggering. But you know what you do? You just slap some cocoa butter in there, and then you mix that up, and then you get some nice chocolate frosting. I just want an excuse to use the cocoa powder. And to see, you give it a nice taste, and does it taste like chocolate?
It tastes like regular frosting, but darker.
Move that failure aside and you keep following the directions on the box by mixing this crap in. And okay, I'm done with this accent, but look at my new toaster. I'm so happy that we got a new toaster because it doesn't smell like burning every time we cook, but I will have a moment of silence for my other toaster. It's not a toaster, my other mini oven. Moment of silence over. Now we frost it! In case you're wondering what I used, I found a can of Nutella, and I'm using that, and honestly it tastes a lot better than it did before. Now I'm adding blue sprinkles to it. Why? Because we have a ton of sprinkles, and we have a ton of blue ones left over, and I wanted an excuse to use it. It's honestly one of the better cakes I made, I'm not gonna lie, like, it didn't come burnt. And it's double stacked. Give it a good taste. Mukbang time.
Yeah.
Why would they stand right next
This
to
will
the
do.
decor?
I was watching Dead Meat in case you were wondering. Anyway, back to the painting because that's what this video is. Whoops. Now I'm adding purple. You're also basic if you like this. I'm just adding little accents of purple because I still want it to look a little realistic. I mean, about as realistic as a psychedelic trip.
This looks awful, but I kind of like it.
Similar with pink. If you like this color, I mean, pink gets a lot of hate because it's so girly and feminine, but I honestly like it. I'm also adding a bit of lighter blue because I think I should have added more. You can see that there's a lighter green, and that's all for today. That's all, folks. It's the next day and I'm gonna begin working on the bottom of this painting. You know, if you can't find a canvas, well, I mean, you shouldn't do graffiti. I mean, I like the art of graffiti, but I don't think it's right to vandalize other people's property. It's not right. As you can see, I already began, and I'm doing a similar, like the exact same colors that I did on the top, just on the bottom, and I'm doing them in these little dashes, adding a little accents of black and eventually white, just to like add some dimension. I like how like I try to act like I know what I'm talking about, but I'm an amateur painter at best. Well, maybe you'll think differently at the end of this video. Maybe you'll think that I'm better than I actually am. Personally, I think the final result came mediocre, but you know, I'm mediocre. Being on my knees really hurt my knees. You know, you think I'd be used to being on my knees at this point. Remember when I said I would add white? Well, the time has come to add the white. You just add a little bit of white in there. Oh, I guess I highlighted a couple other things, but I added some white so it looked a little bit like reflection, like it's supposed to look watery. And it looks fine. You know, it looks fine. Just like everything in my life. It's just fine. Nothing too stellar. Okay, we've come to the part. This is the part that I was really not looking forward to doing. And it was making these straight up strokes because I was scared that they would come a little wonky. And they did. And I couldn't take it back. But well, we persevered and we made them thicker. We kept going like we're supposed to do in life. You can't just fall. If you fall, you gotta get back up. Inspirational quotes, Miguel. Be inspirational. This was really stressful to do. Like, I can't deal with all the stress right now. I can't. I did find it helpful to like put a little mark where you're supposed to put the straight up strokes because some of these are supposed to be in front of another. And it looked a little off, but now I'm taking a little small brush and hopefully making those smaller details and yeah, you get this. Well, that happened quick. Now I'm taking a paper towel and just going over some of these, and this is the finished product. It looks like an elementary school thing, but I kind of like that it adds a lot more color to the room. It's part of my art wall. It's there. I can't get rid of it. I could always paint over it, but I don't want to paint over it because then I would waste more paint to the already wasted paint on my door. For everyone saying that I'm super lazy for not doing any of the schoolwork, I just want you to shut your mouth and eat some of my cake, because I have been actually busy. People can't say that I haven't been productive this weekend because I've been doing everything I can to keep myself as busy as possible, and doing stupid things like this helps me. Speaking English is also not my greatest strong suit because if you listen back, I just said kelps.
So that just about does it for this week's video. Thank you all guys so much for watching this video because I don't know why you would enjoy watching this video. I mumbled my lines there. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe because I'm very, very desperate. And I'll see you all in the next one. The light's a little awkward. It's like coming down. Now, I'm done. Bye.